the short list of UFC fighters, some of the best fighters to have never realized a UFC championship. Here is Kalvin Gustelom trying to continue his run here at 185 pounds.
Yes, Kalvin Gustelom has gone up to 185 and stopped depleting himself in those massive weight cuts down to 170. He's only gotten better. And that showed the fight with Adesanya when he had a chance to become UFC interim champion. He went 5 rounds, he went 5-round hard. He tried to accomplish goals, fell a little bit short, but that gave you confidence in knowing that with the heart and the spirit of Kalvin Gustelom and the skill, that if he's that close, with a few adjustments, you can find yourself right back in that same spot.
There he is, folks. Kalvin Gustelom enters the octagon with his mind set on one thing tonight, that UFC championship belt. Well, it took him just over a year on the UFC roster to realize a piece of this UFC middleweight championship. He is the last style bender, Adesanya, a guy you tried to bring in to emulate Jon Jones back in the day.
Absolutely. You knew right away when you watch Israel fight that he has the ability to fight so many different ways. If he's coming to play a part, he's going to play that part better than anyone else you can find. Yeah. It's because of the adaptability. It's his ability to change the way that he's fighting based on his opponent. In the Derek Brunson fight, he did a lot of kneeing because he knew Brunson was going to wrestle. But in the fight against Kalvin Gustelom was a lot of punches and kicks because the wrestling threat was not so great. You gotta have that if you hope to compete and stay atop your division for a long time.
Our last style bender, Adesanya, ready to make the statement here tonight. All right, now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Now for the introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Kalvin Gustelom. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender, Adasnaya.
Herbert. Well, no middleweight on this roster has given the longtime champion Israel Adesanya as tough a fight as the hard-nosed Kalvin Gustelom. Obviously, Izzy has improved leaps and bounds since that first meeting back in 2019.
Izzy has gotten a ton better, and he has gained so much championship experience since that first fight. But you gotta remember, this fight for the title was 18 months into his UFC career. He was barely even here in the UFC. Gastelum, a longtime veteran, really pushed him to the limit. Tonight, I am interested to see how he approaches this new matchup, hoping to get a better result.
Gastelum's got a cut on the forehead. Yes, he's bleeding now, so some work for the cut man in between rounds if we get there. So there's the early level change and the ensuing takedown.
He is a tremendous wrestler. He said he had an advantage in the wrestling, and he would use it to his benefit. Takedown early, but it has to be more as the fight goes on.
How good is this action about a minute in? I think I'm gassing out just watching this thing.
I'm exhausted trying to call all the strikes that these two men are throwing at each other. What a fun fight.
Yeah, hate to be the punch counter tonight. Watching the rest McGregor engages in the clinch here, and he does so very early in the fight against the kickboxer. He told us in the fight minute he's not worried about bonus money. He is trying to win, and this is certainly on that path.
Ultimately, it's about getting the W. Getting this guy into the clinch allows for you to start working towards winning the fight. One thing you got to be aware of, though, is those knees and elbows that come back in your direction from this high-level kickboxer.
All right, well, that blow is bossing from that cut with each strike landed, and he continues to effectively target that area.
You know, we are talking about a guy with a super high fight IQ. So when you give him that blood, that crimson red is nothing more. It's something that inspires him to continue doing what he's doing. So you have got to change something. You got to get your head moving so you're not taking too much damage to that cut.
Well, it looks like he's trying to set up the takedown. There's the attempt.
Oh, nice right hand.
Man, look at Adesanya putting his words into action. Great technique on the overhand. Now he's scoring.
That's one of those shots that if you take one of them, if you get the night that one, you'll be right on the spot.
Gastelum's fourth.
Oh, he's hit him again, bro. Now he's back up. He's hurt back.
Kidding me with that knockout. If that is not the #1 play on SportsCenter tonight, I'm not sure what would top it. One of the best knockouts we've seen all year.
In a very long time. I have not seen someone look this good. He promised us something, and he delivered with that beautiful knockout.
And here we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 39 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last high-octane Adasanya.
All right, so as they say, another highlight for the appreciable reel of the middleweight champ, Israel Adesanya, your winner tonight by knockout.